Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Arise crossover is updating. However, this time, it seems like it is going to be back to the usual self. Like, what I mean by that is a new world is coming out. It's going to be about the anime Dun Dun Dun. And of course, there's going to be so much more. But just before we jump into today's video, just going to quickly say, if you do end up enjoying it and want to see more, then make sure to hit that like and subscribe button with notifications on. And yeah, once you guys are done with all of that, buckle up because this is going to be an awesome update. Alright, now that all of the intro and whatnot is done, let's go ahead, let's jump into the update. Now, in order to do that, we do need to wait a few more minutes because the update, I don't believe it's released yet. Yeah, not just yet. So let's just quickly cut to when it releases. So 3, 2, 1, and awesome. Just like that, we now have the brand new quest system update. Now, having looked through the update log, it seems like that is not the only thing. There seems to be so much more. So let's start off at the very top. We have the improved overall game performance, meaning that there's a bunch of like bug fixes and whatnot. So when it comes to lag, you should be smooth sailing now. Then from there, when it comes to new content, we also have Jin Woo in the Infernal Castle. He now appears as a boss, and if defeated after floor 30, he is not guaranteed, but you can get it as an N rank. Yeah, that's awesome for players like me who have just struggled to like either be awake when a double dungeon SS rank happens, or just luck base in general of like when you arise him and you just get nothing. But yeah, moving on from that though, we also have the guild system expansion. Now you can have up to 75 people. There's a new guild upgrade, weapon damage, 0.25% per level up to 100. Yes, that's right. You are going to be able to do up to 2 times the amount of damage. That is crazy. And plus as well, imagine how high it's going to be when you compare that to the brand new island stuff. Yeah, I can't wait to jump into this. But anyways, end of the update log, we have the new islands, weapon, shadows, and as well a new relic, a daily and weekly quest system. Systems is just starting. Future updates will include full quest lines, and then from there you can now suggest quests. And oh, it seems like the quest over here is giving an example. So apparently there might be one where you could arise 100 ants, and then the example, the reward would be an N rank 0. That's awesome. And oh, would you look at that? Apparently there's some kind of awaken system added where if you were to do a double dungeon, it can trigger the statue fight, and then if defeated, you will get an extra plus 25 shadow levels, 15% damage, and as well an aura. Yeah, you do definitely love to see that, especially when the game adds stuff to like old features in the past. Massive W update. But anyways, let's have a look at the brand new island, right? Because I want to see how OP the new pets are going to be compared to the previous mythical sword. So heading on over to the weapon shop. The best weapon in the game is going to be costing 422 QI per weapon. Then it seems like over here at base minimum, it is going to be doing 247 QA damage. Now, I think I can compare that actually to the previous mythical sword. So let's have a look over here, right? Because I have an E rank. Okay, this is pretty interesting. So over here, it turns out that the Laruda dagger is still going to be the best weapon in the game. So yeah, that pretty much means for those of you guys that were like me and grinded days and days for, you know, Laruda daggers and whatnot, you don't have to worry about the daggers being immediately replaced. But for those of you that are really struggling to get a Laruda dagger, this is probably the best replacement you're going to get. Not gonna lie though, I am still a little bit disappointed. I mean, they could have at least done it like 900 QA damage, so then at least it would be close to the mythical sword. But hey, then again, I'm not exactly 100% complaining, because at least this island has a bunch of other stuff to offer. For example, new bosses, which in this case are going to be having sextillions of HP, and then of course when we go ahead and take them out, they are going to be giving us probably a bunch more money and a bunch more gems, meaning that we can go ahead and push up our guilds. And oh yeah, by the way, for those of you that are interested in joining the SMG Guild, especially since, you know, they added like 10 more slots, make sure to join my Discord server. Then from there, once you're in my Discord server, head on over to the Arise crossover apply section. Feel free to post your stats, for example, your user, DPS, rank, and maybe a short description of why you want to join. Then from there, one of my officers will have a look. If you meet the criteria, we will definitely add you. But yeah, back to the gameplay. So let's move on, I guess, to the quest system, right? Because I'm sure the quest system is something that a lot of people have been talking about. So in this case, the quests are going to be ranging from simple stuff like, for example, defeating some enemies, playtime, and as well eliminating brutes. And then the rewards are going to be kind of awesome. I mean, experience, tickets, and even as well sometimes it does go ahead and give you some dust, meaning that for those of you that are like me and maybe want to like get a lot of dust really quickly, the quest system might be the way to go, especially when you get up to the weekly section, right? For example, 250 common powder dust for just defeating a few enemies, or maybe over here 400 rare powder dust. You kind of get the idea. It's basically an easy way in order to go ahead and, you know, get some free loot. But anyways, what about the pets in this world? Are they going to be that much better compared to the snow versions? Well, having a look over here towards the slow-mo, aka the best common one you could get, and if we go ahead and put a G rank, right, and max level, let's see, so at level 310, it is going to be doing 346 QA DPS, which actually, now that I think about it, at level 310 it's doing that much DPS, and then the G rank snows over here do 418. That technically means that if you were to somehow, even though it's impossible, get this pet's G rank, it would actually be the best pet in the game, or maybe like second best. Yeah, actually it would be second best, because keep in mind, they're still the boss pet of this world, and obviously that's going to be better than the ones you can get on the island. So yeah, when the Infernal Castle does open up, make sure you guys go ahead, grind this guy or girl, or whoever it is, get a G rank, you will be cooking, and then from there you'll be able to upgrade your team and make it look really nice. Even if you're like me and you can't get an N rank, that will definitely do. And actually, speaking about getting OP, remember the guild upgrade, right? We can actually go ahead and I'm pretty sure upgrade a few times. So let's see, can we go ahead and upgrade stuff? Yes, we can. We can upgrade the weapon boost, and in fact, someone is already doing that from my guild. I think it's one of my bankers. Yeah, thanks to whoever's doing that right now, you probably saved me like 5 to 10 minutes of just clicking this button. But yeah, as you guys can see, it will go up to level 100. Right now it's around level, I believe, 32, meaning that we are doing 32 times 0.25, like 8%, not 8%. Actually, no, I think my maths was right there. I think I'm doing 8% extra damage now, but then again, apparently it can go up to level 100. So level 100, that means that with the guild upgrades, you will be doing a maximum of 25% extra weapon damage. And oh yeah, by the way, for those of you that are saying SMG, that doesn't sound like a lot, trust me, when you get an OP sword, whether it's an SS rank or B rank or whatever, 25% means the difference between doing, for example, 70, 80 QI DPS, all the way up to 200, 300, 400 QI DPS. 25% will stack up like that. Let's move on from that though. I want to see if the game has added some brand new ranks, or at least maybe some kind of like way to upgrade a little bit more. So let's see, walking into the rank tests, no, it seems like there is no brand new rank, so N+ is going to remain at the top. What about the runes over here? Is there maybe a difference in the runes? Gems rune, cash rune, no, these seem to be all relatively the same thing. Then what about the exchange shop? Any difference here? Nope, doesn't seem so. I guess that's a little bit disappointing, you know. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for, you know, extra ranks and extra like conversions and whatnot, but hey, maybe it's in a future update. I don't know what the devs are cooking up, but I'm sure they're cooking up something nice. But yeah, apart from that though, last few things to showcase in the update I can't exactly do right now. Like for example, I can't really showcase the awaken system because I need a double dungeon, and to my knowledge there isn't one open up right now. Yeah, it seems like there hasn't been a double dungeon in a hot minute today. I mean, just look, I'm scrolling up right now. No double dungeon. No double dungeon. No, this was a red dungeon. Okay, seems like I got my hopes up for no reason, but is there anything else? Is there any double dungeons? Because if there hasn't been one in a long time, then one should be opening up really soon. Yeah, there hasn't been one since the guaranteed double dungeon. Wow, that's like how long ago? Like 8 hours? No, even longer, like 10 hours. Yeah, hopefully when I go live in like 15 minutes or so, we will get a double dungeon, because I really want to get those extra levels, right? Like for all we know, these extra levels could mean the difference between me being weak and me doing like sextillions and sextillions of DPS. Plus as well, apparently you get a really cool aura, and I think that would look really nice on a thumbnail. Don't you guys agree? In fact, yeah, this is what my DPS is looking like with a full team of G ranks and as well a looting sword on right now. Now, for those of you wondering why I'm using a looting sword and, you know, not a DPS sword, don't worry. I'll be making a video in the near future explaining why. But anyways, apart from that though, I think this is where I'm going to be wrapping up today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Once again, we have checked out another update inside of Arise Crossover, and in my opinion, It may not be the best, but it is definitely pretty cool. If I had to rate it out of 10, I would say it's a solid 8.5. And the reason that it isn't high is because we didn't get a new rank and stuff. And people have been begging for a new rank and whatnot for quite a while now. But yeah, since it's been like three or 2 weeks since we've gotten a new rank, probably next week is guaranteed to be a new rank. And probably the new rank is going to be a cool title. Like instead of N+ or any letters, it might just be straight up Monarch or Shadow Monarch. I guess we'll just have to find out in the near future, right? So yeah, apart from that though, my name's SMG. Thank you guys so much for watching and have an amazing rest of your day. Peace out, everybody.